Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with a quick update video in regard to some upcoming events here, being respectively the Famine Scourge, unlocking the legendary Horsemen in Rogue. As well, we got a big Cosmic Crucible update. You can see here, setting defenses, we have a little bit less than 2.5 hours for setting that up in terms of seeing the new season 2. So I just wanted to break that down for you guys quickly, as well as link up some resources for you if those of you need help and assistance getting through this Scourge event. So that said, if you guys go to the events, we do see there that the Famine Rogue Scourge is starting in, again, same timing, a little bit less than 2.5 hours here to go. But what I've done in the past, guys, I've made videos in regards to doing a full walkthrough in the different difficulties, as well as some of the best teams, and pretty much how to unlock her in every difficulty, as well as if you needed to get some examples of the full gameplay. So what I'm going to do is I will be putting all that in the description below, so that way it's just in a nice clean format for those of you interested or needing some assistance to that difficulty stage. You can at least get a sense of what to expect in preparation. Easier than me having to repeat everything again, but I mean, not much really has changed since the last time this event was run in November. Some of the best teams are still around, and overall difficulty is still very, very fair. But a couple of key reminders for those of you that just need to, or even those of you brand new and never having to do this at all. If you guys are brand new and just needing to unlock shards, usually to unlock Rogue, you just need to hit, I believe it's about 500k points to directly unlock her through the milestones. For those of us that actually already maximized her shards, we're going to be getting this separate milestone here. And in order to hit all these points, we just need to hit, I believe, 1.5 million. So this milestone is a little different from my screen than your screen probably, but you can see that I believe that 500k mark is how you directly unlock. If you guys are not able to hit that level this time around and you're just trying to get shards of her, just a reminder as well, make sure that you guys are hitting a bare minimum of 100k points. As you see on the bottom left there, generally we're added to the leaderboards if you hit a bare minimum of 100,000. I don't see this ranking here at all because I probably have it updated already, but in my previous videos, if you hit 100k, you're going to be getting a bare minimum of 40 shards, and then over time, if you do 2.5 scourges or relatively 3, you're going to be able to unlock Rogue naturally, and that's without having to actually get 500k points. So there's always different ways to do it. Just make sure you guys are aware of what goal you want to aim for, and this event does run for 5 days, so keep that in mind, guys. That said, like I referenced earlier, it's all going to be linked below if you guys need to figure out some of the gameplay footage for nodes. It's full breakdown, as well as being able to showcase some of the teams that you use. Next up, Cosmic Crucible update. So if you guys go here, the rooms have already been updated. So if you're watching this video beforehand, please feel free to set up your defenses. I can walk you through kind of what my logic is for how I set it up, but new rooms have been updated now to factor in the Masters of Evil kind of buffs and debuffs against the Cosmic Villain Mystics. I made a video on this earlier as well, just breaking down the preferred recommendations, but this is kind of how I have my team laid out now, guys. As a sample, you need to see what potentially could be a good idea, and to be quite honest, some of them are rotating doors for me right now because I kind of want to see how the enemies will play against me. I also want to be holding on to some of my offensive teams, so that way I'm also ensuring that I can clear their rooms. But logic-wise, guys, I want to feel this out. I put Gamma Team and the Astonishing X-Men in my 2 standard rooms just because they're both pretty good teams. Unfortunately, with Astonishing X-Men, they lost a lot of value now that this is not the Age of X anymore. So a lot of that mutant value they did lose, but I still think they can be pretty good defensively in terms of their synergy. But this likely will, enemies will probably have no issue clearing that team. I just want to see which team they're going to be utilizing, but I'm probably going to change my room too at some point. I think Gamma can be a good way to kind of pull other offensive teams to aim on them, taking out key damage dealers like Omega Red, Dr. Doom, especially if they're looking for a one-shot there. Now, as an X Factor, I decided to put my Dev Seed here because I know with this room specifically, room 3, any fortifier that uses an ultimate ability, they're going to be spreading positive buffs to adjacent allies. So I'm not taking advantage of that because, to be quite honest, I think the other value of having any strikers is going to benefit this team as well. So there's 2 teams in mind that are very, very good with the number of strikers on their team, and that's the Dev Seed as well as the Infinity Watch. And that's kind of what I want to see. I want to turtle and at least see how the enemies are going to play this, because I'm not taking advantage of the fortifier because I do actually need Dark Beast just to be able to assist with the vulnerable. So I'm keeping him standard, but I want to see how my enemy plays this. Keep in mind, with these strikers, they're going to be getting a barrier each turn, and as well being able to flip any offense down. So that's actually why my setup is like that. You know, we are looking at 4 strikers plus a skirmisher, right? So this is going to be huge in terms of just seeing their value, and as well with them being a newer team, I am curious how enemies are going to be approaching that when they're battling this room. Resurrection Protocols, room number 4. I mean, this one's really obvious. Hero Mutants gaining revive once. The best team right now in Cosmic Crucibles and Unlimited X-Men. You combine that with them getting revive and immunity, this is going to be absolutely huge. I think my enemies are going to have a hard time with this, and it'll be interesting to see how they decipher this attack order. To be honest, I'm not even really sure how to take this down yet. I'm only thinking probably a mirror match, but it means if they have it in their room 4 as well, I'm probably stuck, and I'll probably leave it as that. But likewise, they're gonna have to see if they can counter that as well, so it may just come down to the best out of the 5 rooms. Creeping Spiders, I decided to put my Tangle Web in terms of 2099 as well as Spider Weaver here. I unfortunately don't have Noir built up yet, so that's my game plan. But I mean, Scarlet Spider, Ghost Spider do have really good synergy, and as well with them being Spider-Verse, if they do have stealth, they're going to gain the additional damage. Unfortunately, they don't get stealth often, so Spider Weaver in 2099 will likely benefit. And I decided to throw in as an X Factor my Dormammu, although he does get debuff from these rooms now with him being a Cosmic Villain Mystic. You know, the fact remains that when he starts off, he still is giving them revive, so it's the value is still going to be going to my Spider-Verse characters, which is what I care about for this room. And they also said this room may likely change anyways in the future, so I'm just going to leave it as is and see how that does, especially against my enemies and how they're going to combat that. And lastly, guys, Vibranium tuning of room 6. It's pretty much, you know, like other content creators have noted, this is going to be the big one for Wakandans, so I do want to try this out. Unfortunately, my 1 million Black Panther is not that powerful, but my Shuri Black Panther, Koye, they're all slightly built up, so the value they're going to be getting regardless anyways, with them being able to cleanse, speed up, additional HP, so forth. It's going to be interesting to see how this does against the enemies, but for sure 1 million Black Panther is going to be my focus in the short term for sure, guys. So there you guys have it. That's pretty much who I'm utilizing. So I mean, you can pretty much reverse engineer on who my offensive teams will be then, right? I have in my arsenal then Darkhold is good to go, Infinity Watch, I have Secret Avengers, my Young Avengers who can take out quite a few teams in the meta, as well as even that mixture of my the New Warriors and the Eternals. So I got quite a few options. Omega Red, Doctor Doom, Emma Frost, they're not used yet, so they can be plug and play, but these are my main 6 teams right now, guys. So I think it just gives me a lot of options to be able to pivot, and again, it's going to be a working progress, right? This is how I'm setting up right now, but I want to see how my enemies approach this, and then we can see in terms of how to navigate and accommodate, adapting to the situation if needed. But this so far I think is a pretty good slate for a balance of defense and offense, and then we'll see how the season goes, but I'll keep you guys up to date. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys, if the rooms are similar, what your thoughts are. But I mean, that's pretty much what I have right now as we get ready. And again, guys, as a reminder, I'll make sure I link everything so that way you do have access to all my Famine Scourge Rogue resources if needed. Thank you as always, do appreciate you guys checking my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.